Your girl was missing home and feeling for some real authentic butter bread, so I decided to make my own and show you how to make your own too. Starting off with the dry ingredients, we're going to start off with 6 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of salt, and adding in 1 packet of instant yeast. We're going to give that a good mix and ensure that everything is well incorporated. Now we're going to add some unsalted butter. Please ensure that you are using quality butter and not like that country crack butter, because you can be mad when your dough is not sticking together and also does not have that good buttery taste. Now it's time to get our hands dirty, so go ahead and crumple up that dough and make sure that butter is well incorporated throughout your flour mixture. Now in a separate bowl, we're going to work on our wet ingredients. So starting off with 1.5 cup of milk. You can use water, carnation milk, etc., but I prefer whole milk. A half cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of shortening, and we're going to combine everything with a good mix. Now you can go ahead, crack 1 egg, give it a good mix, and then add it to your liquid ingredients. Mix it well with a fork or a whisk. My whisk broke, so I had to use my fork. Taking out my stand mixer, but do not fret. You can use your bare hands. It just takes a little longer and a little bit more work. I'm adding in my dry and wet ingredients in intervals, so you can add in half and half, or you can add in thirds like I'm doing here. After everything is mixed in my stand mixture, I further knead the dough with my hands, because I do believe that your hands are your best tools. If you're using a stand mixer, it can take 5 to 8 minutes to fully knead your dough. However, with your hands only, it can take up to 15 minutes, so just keep that in mind. I knead the dough with my God-given tools, which are my hands, for about 3 minutes, and then afterwards I finish fully kneading it in my stand mixer for about 5 extra minutes. I'm just ensuring that I have a smooth surface. This is how you're going to know that your gluten is fully activated and ready to proof. This is the smooth surface that you're looking for. Now I'm going to add some olive oil to my bowl and coat my bowl and my dough with that olive oil, and this is going to ensure that the dough stays moist. Now I'm taking a damp napkin and some parchment paper, and I'm going to store it in a warm place to proof. I let it rise for about 15 minutes, and you can wait until it doubles in size, but it was 1 in the morning. You get what I ordered. I go ahead and punch down my dough to release all of the air, and once the air is released, I knead it into a big ball. You still have that nice smooth surface. That's exactly how you need your dough to look. And I'm checking my dough to make sure that it's proofed. You see how it puffs right back up after I press into it? That means that it's proofed correctly and ready to be baked. So now I'm going to cut my ball into 8 pieces and knead each dough into 8 little balls. Think of it as making like little Johnny cakes or something. Now I'm going to roll out my dough and get my Kerrygold butter, okay? This is the star of the show. Once I finish roll out my dough to my satisfaction, I'm going to spread a thin amount of that Kerrygold butter in that dough mixture. I'm going to tightly fold my dough and add some water to the seam to close the bread, and then also roll it out into itself to ensure that it stays closed during baking. I take more of that Kerrygold butter and I spread it all through that finished dough that I'm going to input into the oven. So once my batch is finished, I'm going to enter that dough into my oven at 330 degrees, and halfway through baking, I'm going to take it out and spread even more Kerrygold butter all throughout that bread. Afterwards, I'm going to pop it back into the oven so that it can fully cook, and then this is how your bread should look afterwards. Look at how thick and fluffy and juicy this look. Let me tell you something. This was some real good authentic VI butter bread, and I made 2 batches, and these did not last 1 bit in my house. Anyways, make sure you like, comment, and follow me here on TikTok at Cariflay for some more recipes. Bye.